Good morning, class. So today we'll be having a tutorial on the introduction of Microsoft PowerPoint presentation. So we'll be conducting this session with the help of our very dear childhood friend, Mickey Mouse. So in this session, we'll be figuring out a way in which to conduct a Microsoft PowerPoint presentation. So first we start with what is a presentation tool. So a Microsoft PowerPoint presentation is a program in the Microsoft Office suite with different pages or what they call slides, where you can design powerful messages by using a combination of texts, graphics, images, sounds, and videos. So to start, we'll look at the basic skills or the core concepts of Microsoft PowerPoint presentation. These are very important guidelines that you have to follow when creating a slideshow. You have to make sure that you keep the people interested or your learners interested during the duration of a presentation. Don't make it too long and don't make it too boring. Rule number one. This is the first rule that you must always have when creating your PowerPoint presentation. Choosing your topic. Make your topic short and make it to the point. For example, our topic for today's session will be Mickey Mouse. So we'll be looking at the history behind Mickey Mouse. Rule number two. Decide on the type of information and maybe start by creating an index. So depending on your topic, you will create an index which will create a conformity or uniformity in your presentation to show where you will start and how you will end your session. Rule number three, make sure that your slides fit the target audience. For smaller children, means children in lower grades, your slides must be short and have more pictures than words to keep them interested. In our example, Mickey Mouse, the slides are for teenagers, even though the topic sounds as if it's for a younger audience. Rule number four, the text that you are using must be legible and the background colors must be chosen wisely and the slide must not look too busy. You mustn't use too many colors as this will affect or distract your audience. This is an example of an incorrect PowerPoint slide where there are too many pictures and the text is formatted with too many colors. So what you should do is try removing a few pictures, have maybe only one or two pictures. Then we move to rule number five. Rule number five, don't use too much text. People will get bored. Rather use more pictures or charts or tables. This would be an example of what not to do. Where there is no image, there is a lot of text. The text has information, but because there is too much information in the PowerPoint, people won't actually read through the whole text, so they will be discouraged to actually participate in the session or reading through the PowerPoint slide. This would be a good example. So you would have your main topic, your subtopic, which would be animation history, and then in the animation history, we're talking about Mickey's first appearance. This would be his first appearance in Steamboat Willie. This is where we have an illustration and the reference. Steamboat Willie, 1928, and we're talking about the animation history of Mickey Mouse. So now we get to the uses for a presentation tool. So the presentation tool can be used for what? One, classroom teaching. Two, for business meeting. And number three, for advertising. The PowerPoint is a presentation software that we use to make our presentation. So that's why it's called a Microsoft PowerPoint presentation tool. So now we look at our PowerPoint. So once you open a new PowerPoint, this is the first look that you will find. Your slides, you have what we call the ribbons at the top. You have your slide tab or your slide pane on your left hand side. At the center, you have your placeholders where you can add your title and your text, which is inside your slide. And then on the right hand side, you have your design ideas for your Microsoft PowerPoint presentation. Okay, within the design ideas, in the design tab, you have various options that you can choose, which are themes, various themes that you can choose to make your PowerPoint presentation unique, or to make it worthwhile. And after you have chosen your after you've chosen your design, you can now change the layout. There are different layouts that can be chosen. There is a title slide, title and content slide, section header, two content slides, a comparison slide, a title only, a blank slide, a content with caption for pictures, and picture with caption. So the different layouts can be chosen to arrange pages. You can insert tables, pictures, shapes, graphs, and or clip arts. Then formatting. With formatting, we are talking about the font type and the font style. When formatting a slide, keep in mind that the font type and the style that you're using must be readable and not just pretty. So we have two options here. They are both about the history of Mickey Mouse. One is formatted accordingly, while another is formatted too much, so it looks pretty, but it is not readable. So make sure that you choose the first option. Formatting. Now we get to the size. When formatting a slide, remember to make the size of the text as well as the image big enough but not too big. It must not distract the audience. Your title must be big enough to be viewable, but it mustn't be too big to take away from the information that you want to impart in your learners. Formatting your color. When formatting a slide, don't use too much color. It will distract the audience. So this would be an example of formatting with color. So this would be a slide that has pictures and the topic, make his friends. So with this one, you can see that they didn't use too many colors. They use colors that are actually available in the picture to create some sort of uniformity, so that you can see the different characters, make his friends, and you can also differentiate between all of them with their respective colors. Then now we get to your activity. So since I've walked you through the process of how to actually create a PowerPoint slide and what to actually look for, now I would like you to design your own unique slideshow. I would like you to create your own PowerPoint slide. Make sure that you have what we call a title slide layout, which would be the first slide, where you will type your name in the placeholder, and then you'll type your school name in the add subtitle. And then on page 2, you can choose any layout that you like and insert a picture of your choice. I just want to see 2 or 3 slides. The first one will be your title slide that will have your name and your school's name, and the second one will have a picture of your choice. And then make sure that you format your picture accordingly and you give it an appropriate title. Thank you.